Breaking news. Hezbollah has released footage claiming a direct hit on an Israeli Navy vessel using Iranian-made newer anti-ship cruise missiles, marking a dangerous escalation at sea. The group also says it launched more than 500 rockets and around 100 Iranian cruise missiles toward Israel, as explosions rock northern Israel, Tel Aviv, and other parts of the country, causing significant damage, multiple injuries, and pushing the Middle East closer to the brink of a wider war. The attack. Emerging reports indicate that Hezbollah carried out one of its largest coordinated attacks in recent months, striking multiple locations across northern Israel, including towns and cities in the Galilee region. Hezbollah claims it targeted an Israeli naval vessel using a newer anti-ship missile, an Iranian-made weapon. While this claim has not been independently verified, if confirmed, it would mark a serious escalation into maritime warfare, far beyond previous rocket attacks. In addition to the naval claim, the group reportedly launched hundreds of rockets and missiles, causing damage to infrastructure, homes, and critical facilities. Casualty figures in Israel remain preliminary, but several injuries have been reported. Israel's retaliation. In response, Israel conducted a massive wave of airstrikes across Lebanon, striking what it described as over 100 Hezbollah targets in just minutes. Lebanese civil defense reports indicate at least 254 people were killed and more than 1,165 injured in these strikes, which have been described as a 10-minute blitz, one of the deadliest bombardments in recent years. Targets reportedly included Hezbollah command centers, weapons storage facilities, and suspected missile launch sites. Rescue teams continue to search for survivors amid widespread damage. Despite the destruction, Israel stated that its operations are aimed at preventing future attacks and dismantling Hezbollah's military capabilities, emphasizing that civilians are not the intended targets. Context and escalation. This outbreak of violence comes despite a recent U.S.-Iran ceasefire agreement aimed at reducing tensions in the region. Israel has clarified that the ceasefire does not apply to Hezbollah, which it considers an independent threat. Analysts warn that several factors make this situation particularly dangerous. The introduction of advanced Iranian-made cruise missiles, including potential naval strikes, shows a shift toward more sophisticated warfare. The scale and coordination of attacks on both sides highlight the risk of a wider regional conflict. The high civilian toll in Lebanon, coupled with ongoing rocket fire into Israel, underscores the urgency of diplomatic intervention. International observers, including the UN and human rights groups, have condemned the civilian casualties and called for immediate protection of non-combatants on both sides. International response. Countries across the globe are closely monitoring the situation. The UN has urged restraint, highlighting the need to prevent further civilian deaths. Regional actors like Egypt and Jordan have called for de-escalation and dialogue. Western nations are warning that unchecked escalation could draw in multiple countries, potentially destabilizing the broader Middle East. The risk of a full-scale regional war is rising, making the next hours critical for both military and diplomatic developments. This story is still unfolding. Verified updates on casualties, ongoing military actions, and diplomatic efforts are expected to emerge in the coming hours. Stay tuned for live updates as this crisis develops, a conflict with both high-tech weaponry and massive civilian impact, which could have consequences far beyond Israel and Lebanon.